Susie here from Strider Bikes, and today I'm going to show you how to put together the 20-inch Strider Sport. I've already unpackaged everything. There are a couple packing materials that still need to be taken off. That's these wheel nut covers, and then also this piece of plastic here in the front fork. I'm going to throw those away as well. All of my instructions and tools are in this handy little box right here, along with the removable footrests. I have my instructions, the removable footrests, 2 different size Allen wrenches, one for the handlebars, one for brake adjustment and handlebar adjustment, and the wrench for the tires. So I'm going to get rid of this. So when these are packaged, the fork is turned the opposite way so it'll fit in the box. That's the first thing I'm going to do, is turn this fork so everything is facing outward, and then the handlebars will just flip around and set here for now. The first thing I'm going to need to do is take this plate off here with my bigger wrench. Okay, so now I have my 4 bolts and the cover plate here. I am going to put this part you have to be careful not to cramp these wires at all on the brake wires. There's also tiny little lines on the handlebar that will help you make sure that it's straight and centered. So I'm going to put the plate back on. First loose, relatively loose, I guess, tight enough so that it will stay in place, but you want it to be able to be adjusted once the person who will be riding the bike gets on, and you can adjust it to their reach and how, you know, if they need it front or back or what's the most comfortable for them. Okay, now I'm going to tighten it just enough where it will hold it in place. And then I'm going to flip the whole bike around so that I can adjust the wheels and everything, and it will be a little bit more sturdy than me just holding it up here. Before I flip it upside down, I'm going to put the seat in. Again, that will need to be adjusted according to the person who will be riding the bike. Right now I'm just turning this knob to make it tighter or looser on the quick clamp. Should be pretty hard to press in so that it stays, but not so hard that you have to, you know, put all your weight into it. So I'm flipping the bike over now. I am going to put the front wheel on. You'll notice on the wheel there's a little arrow and it says rotation forward. So which way the bike will roll forward, that arrow on the tire will need to be facing that way. And also, this is something I didn't do that I need to do. When you are putting the wheel on, you need to take the brake lever apart. So to do that, you squeeze it together, and there's this little metal cable here, and it just comes apart just like that. So I'm going to put the tire on. First I'm going to loosen these nuts so it will fit. Also, these tires have safety washers. This little tiny tab on the second washer here needs to fit into this hole right here. I'll loosen it up a little bit more. There we go, and then they just fit right in those holes. I'll move my hand so you can see in a little bit. And this is where we are going to use this wrench to tighten it. These two are different widths, so you're going to need the wider one. Okay, now that the wheel is on, I need to put that brake back on. So it's the same thing that we did before, except opposite, because I'm going to put it back on. So you can pull on this rounded metal part to kind of make it tight, and then this will go over that cable all the way past that little metal thing that holds it in. You have to squeeze pretty hard, and then once it's attached in there, this little rubber thing just covers it up, so that the wheel should move freely on both sides. This one needs to be loosened up just a little bit because the brakes are tight, and I'll show you how to do that in a different video. But for now, that is how you put together the 20-inch bike. Again, when the person is riding on it, their feet should be flat on the ground with a slight bend in their knee. And then also when you're adjusting the reach of the bike, I'm going to put this on the ground here. This should, when you're sitting on the bike, your arm should be relatively straight so that you're not cocked on the wrist up or down. It should just be flat like this with a relaxed arm. And that's where you're going to want to tighten up the brakes when they are at a comfortable width for you. And that's what we're going to use this smaller Allen wrench for. So I'm going to tighten the brakes, tighten up the handlebars, tighten the seat to adjust the individual that will be riding the bike, and then you're ready to ride. For the adjustable footrests, we suggest that you leave those off for now until the individual becomes really comfortable with gliding before they put their feet up with these. So you can just set these aside for now. Eventually you can put them on. They fit right here. You can just unscrew these and screw in the footrests. And that is how you put together a 20-inch Strider Sport. Thanks for watching.